Welcome back. We are still on the topic percentages. In the previous video, we solved a question on calculating electricity bill. In this video, we are going to solve another question on calculating electricity bill. The question for this video is, the monthly electrical charge in Ghana are calculated as follows. So in this two-column table, the first column contains the groups of units of electricity used, and the second column contains the corresponding rates. The question wants us to calculate the amount of money Mr. Boateng will pay for using 940 units of electricity in a month. So we are going to use these rates to calculate the amount of money Mr. Boateng will pay as electricity bill for using 940 units of electricity in a month. So we will divide this number of units, that is 940 units, into these groups. Then we use the corresponding rates to calculate the charge. We will present our answer in a table as usual. So we have our 4-column table, with the first column being the remaining units, the second column as the units to be charged, the third column is the rate, and the fourth column is the charge in Ghana cedis. Remember that the number of units used by Mr. Boateng is 940. So before we start our calculation, the remaining units will be the same as the number of units used by Mr. Boateng. So the first remaining unit is 940. We will divide this number of units into the groups that we have in the table that was given to us in the question. From the table, the first group is the first 50 units and the rate is 30 Ghana pesos, so it is a fixed rate. This means that the first unit to be charged is 50 and the rate is 30 Ghana pesos. 30 Ghana pesos here is a fixed rate, meaning that for the first 50 units, Mr. Boateng will pay a charge of 30 Ghana pesos. If you convert 30 Ghana pesos into Ghana cedis, we will have 0.3. We convert it into Ghana cedis because the charge we have here is in terms of Ghana cedis. Let's move on to the next group. But before that, we will have to find the remaining units. The remaining unit will be equal to 940 minus 50, and that will give us 890. From the table in the question, the next group is the next 100 units, and the rate is 1 Ghana cedis 10 pesos per unit. It means that the units to be charged is 100, and the rate is 1 Ghana cedis 10 pesos per unit. So if Mr. Boateng pays 1 Ghana cedis 10 pesos per unit, and we have 100 units, then the charge is 1 Ghana cedis 10 pesos times 100. So 1.10 times 100, and that will give us 110. That is 110 Ghana cedis. We move on to the next group, but before that, we will have to find the remaining units. The remaining units will be equal to 890 minus 100, and that will give us 790. From the table in the question, the next group is the next 150 units, and the rate is 1 Ghana cedi 70 pesos per unit. So the unit to be charged is 150, and the rate is 1 Ghana cedi 70 pesos per unit. So if the rate is 1 Ghana cedi 70 pesos per unit, and the units to be charged is 150, then the charge is going to be 1 Ghana cedi 70 pesos times the number of units, which is 150, and that will give us 255 Ghana cedis. We move on to the next group. The remaining unit is going to be 790 minus 150, and that is 640. From the table in the question, the next group is the next 300 units, and the rate is 2 Ghana cedis 50 pesos per unit. So it means that the units to be charged is 300. The rate is 2 Ghana cedis 50 pesos per unit. So if the rate is 2 Ghana cedis 50 pesos per unit, and we have 300 units, then the charge is going to be 2 Ghana cedis 50 pesos times 300. So 2.50 times 300, and that will give us 750 Ghana cedis. We move on to the next group. The remaining unit is 640 minus 300, and this will give us 340. From the table in the question, the next group is the remaining units. The remaining unit is 340. It means that the unit to be charged is 340 because the unit to be charged is the same as the remaining units. So 340, and the rate is 3 Ghana cedis per unit. So we have the rate here as 3 Ghana cedis per unit. Now, if the rate is 3 Ghana cedis per unit and we have 340 units to be charged, then the charge is 3 Ghana cedis times 340. That is 3 times 340, and that will give us 1020 Ghana cedis. We can see from here that 340 minus 340 will give us 0. So we have exhausted the number of units used by Mr. Boateng, meaning that if we add what we have under the charge column together, we are going to get the amount of money Mr. Boateng paid for using 940 units of electricity. So 0.3 plus 110 plus 255 plus 750 plus 1020 will give us 2,135 Ghana cedis 30 pesos, meaning that Mr. Boateng paid 2,135 Ghana cedis 30 pesos for using 940 units of electricity. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to this channel for more videos. In the next video, we are going to solve a question on calculating water bill. Bye bye.